Good morning, beloveds. It's hot out there. It is very hot. Very hot. It was 80 degrees at 7 o'clock, or at 8 o'clock this morning. And I'm just like, so the first probably half mile of the run, I was like, yeah, I can do this. And then by 3/4 of a mile in, I was like, yeah, I walked a lot. I walked a lot. I've discussed the possibility of on those days that it's just really muggy and hot that we bike instead of running for the summer. Just because it's already so, yeah. But I don't know. We'll see what the summer looks like. But it is June 8th, I think. Yes, it is June 8th. And our title is God Indwells Me as Mind and Love. And our quote from Emerson is, "The nameless thought, the nameless power, the superpersonal heart. He shall repose alone on that. He needs only his own verdict. No good fame can help him. No bad fame can hurt him." That is from Emerson. All right. There is but one infinite mind, and it indwells me this day as the source of all life, all knowledge, and all possible good. This mind is also love. It is complete unity of all that has ever been, ever will be. I know myself as its vehicle of operation, and it acts without hindrance through me. Not to the outer world do I look for help, but to the inner source I turn for the full supply of every need. In this inner consciousness of security, I am no longer impressed by material fears. All manner of evil may appear to assail me in my hectic world, but the peace within bids me to believe it not. Divine love maintains the calm of my being. It disciplines and balances my emotions. Anger and hysterics are impossible to experience, for within me there is nothing to cause them nor react to them. I face my world poised at peace. I face the arguments of my fellow man with a clear understanding that they will not twist my judgment nor lead me to wrong conclusions. God's mind is the only basis of my decision, and thus all my affairs must prosper. With love and intelligence as the foundation of my thinking, I do all things with ease and with efficiency. God's action in me is wonderful. I am independent of fame and slander. I am a spiritual being in a spiritual universe, and only my estimate of myself is true. Others may proclaim my faults, outline my mistakes, and declare my weaknesses. Not one word of these is true. God in the midst of me cannot see evil, hear evil, or speak evil about me nor anyone else. Only that which is true of the Spirit is true of me. I know my spiritual worth. I affirm my thought as the divine thought, and my heart as being of him whose heart is heart of all. I am untouched by human opinions, and I offer none. God indwells me today as mind and love. All right. The only opinion that matters is God's about you. Your source of supply is from God. Now, when we say that, one of the things that I want you to keep in mind is that you go inward first, and then you take the inward guidance to guide you to the outer resources. All right? Because now, if you can play hardball metaphysics and you can treat and sit on your couch and have it come to you, that's great. But God is not Amazon. All right? Which means that you go within, you treat, and then you listen to the guidance that guide you out into the world, that will guide you to the resources that you desire. So you are being sourced from God via guidance. But there are people who can do that. So with the God as Amazon, where they can treat and have it come to them. Most of us treat and move our feet. We treat and then we go get it. And we listen to the guidance. But really, honestly, the one thing that I heard today was the only opinion about you, the only opinion about me that matters is God's. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. It doesn't matter what anybody else does. They cannot touch the peace at our core, the center of us. Because the center of us is God. That is where our peace comes from, where our love comes from, where our guidance comes from. So no matter what else is happening around us, it doesn't matter. Because God matters. God matters. That's it. That's it. All right. So the title is My God Indwells Me as Mind and Love. I am centering my consciousness, knowing that the God within me is where my love comes from and the mind that I use. And Emerson is saying the nameless thought, the nameless power, the super personal heart. And he capitalizes thought, power, and heart. Okay? He shall repose alone on that. The only thing you need is God's thought, God's power, and God's heart. Because with that, everything else will come to you. Through that, everything else will come to you. He needs only his own verdict. No good fame can help him. No bad fame can hurt him. Meaning, it doesn't matter what other people say about you. You're still good. There is but one infinite mind, and it dwells in me this day as the source of all life, all knowledge, and all possible good. There's one mind. We all use that same mind. The question is how good of a use are we making of it? If we are aware that we are using the one mind, and we know that anything that we need is in that mind, anything we want or need is in that mind, we will make the best use of it, as opposed to sitting here going, well, I don't know. Is it there? Is it there? Yeah. No. One mind. This mind is also love. It is complete. It is a complete unity of all that has ever been, will ever be. That's an awkward sentence, but basically, anything that ever has been, anything that ever will be, everything that is now, it's all in that mind. It's all in that mind. I know myself as its vehicle of operation. I know myself as its vehicle of operation. Meaning, God created me to go and do. To go and have experiences. I am its vehicle. I am literally the hands and feet and ears and eyes of God, as are you. And it acts without hindrance through me. Meaning, I'm going to get out of my own way and let God act through me. All right. Not to the outer world do I look for help, but to the inner source I turn for full supply of every need. That's the line. I was like, I'm not looking to the outer world to supply my needs. I am looking within. And it is that guidance within that will lead me to that which I need, which may exist in the outer world. But I don't have to go looking for it without that inner guidance. In fact, I'll find it faster if I go to that inner guidance first. In this inner consciousness of security, I am no longer impressed by material fears. Because I am trusting that what I need will come to me, or I will be guided to it. All manner of evil may appear to assail me in my hectic world, but the peace within me bids me believe it not. Because right here, nothing can touch this. Nothing can touch this. No matter what happens out here in the material world, nothing can touch the core center of me. That place where I meet God. Nothing can touch that. Divine love maintains the calm of my being. It disciplines and balances my emotions. Anger and hysteric are impossible to experience, for within me there is nothing to cause them or react to them. Oh, divine love maintains the calm of my being. Meaning that when things are going nuts around me, where do I go? I go within. I'm not hiding. I am not hiding. I am going within to the center of me, to where I meet God, to know that it is okay, that the chaos going on around me cannot hurt me there. So I'm not hiding, but I'm going to fill up on the divine love and the peace and that, and I'm going to bring that back out into my hectic world and allow that to help smooth what's going on around me. All right? So I'm going there to fill up on what I need to do to deal with what's going on around me. All right? That's the goal here. So you go within, stabilize, calm, fill up, get the guidance that you need, and then you can deal with what's going on around you. That's the idea. I face my world poised and at peace because I've gone to get the guidance. I face the arguments of my fellow man with a clear understanding that they will not twist my judgment nor lead me to wrong conclusion, because I've gotten that inner guidance. I've gone to talk to God. You have gone to talk to God. That is the idea here. God's mind is the only basis of my decisions, and thus all my affairs must prosper. God's mind. So all of the information that I need is available within God's mind. So I go there, I get the guidance. Now, God may not give me all of the answers right there in my little mind. What God may do is, hey, have you thought about going to talk to this person? And there's the information that I need. So it is about being willing to be still, to fill up on that love, to fill up on that quiet, to get that guidance, and that guidance within will lead us to what it is that we are seeking in the material world. And sometimes it's other people, and sometimes it's resources. All right. With love and intelligence as the foundation of my thinking, I do all things with ease and efficiency. With love and intelligence. Head and heart. Head and heart. You can't have one without the other. Wherever your head takes you, bring your heart along. Wherever your heart leads you, take your head along. Love and intelligence. Head and heart. God's action in me is wonderful. So, I am independent of fame and slander. Others' opinions of me do not matter. The only opinion that matters to me is God's, and God loves me. So the only opinion that should matter to you is God's, and God loves you. Because God cannot not love you, and he's about to say that in just a minute. I am a spiritual being in a spiritual universe, and my only estimate of myself is true, because the estimate of myself is coming from God. That's whose judgment I am using. And it's not even judgment, it's discernment, because for God to judge me, I would have to be outside of God, and I'm not. You're not outside of God. God cannot judge you. God loves you because you are within God, and because that is what that's God's only capable of love. The rest of those negative or non-preferred emotions, God doesn't know those. Others may proclaim my faults, outline my mistakes, and declare my weaknesses. Others may do it. Not one word of these is true. God in the midst of me cannot see evil, hear evil, or speak evil about me nor anyone else. Because for God to do that, we would have to be outside of God, and we're not. We live and move and have our being within God. God is all around us, all the way through us. There is nowhere God is not. Only that which is true of spirit is true of me. Think about that for a minute. only that which is true of spirit. So all of those qualities of God, the peace, the spirit, the love, the truth, the harmony, the joy, the creation, the happiness, all of that is true about each and every one of us. Are we living up to it? Are we living up to it? I know my spiritual worth. I affirm my thought as the divine thought, and my heart as being of God whose heart is the heart of all. Okay? Right there. I know my spiritual worth. Do you know your spiritual worth? And if you don't, what are you doing to figure it out? That's what spiritual practice is for. To know your spiritual worth. Because you are valuable in the eyes of God. You absolutely are. You are here as an expression of God. Therefore, you are valuable. And you don't have to be world famous, gifted, and talented. In fact, that's what both Ernest, Raymond, and Emerson are all saying. Fame isn't it. All you have to be is authentically you. That's it. You don't have to go out and change the world. The only world you have to change is yours. Know your spiritual worth. Your existence means that you are valuable. You are valuable to creation. Just by being here. I am untouched by human opinions, and I offer none. That's it. If you're not going to take human opinion, then you don't get to give them either. So it's like, all right, don't judge. Don't judge. Because Jesus said, judge not lest you be judged. So that's what both Ernest and Raymond are saying. I am untouched by human opinion, and I offer none. Don't judge me. I'm not going to judge you. Even if you judge me, I'm not going to judge you. Am I capable of that 100% of the time? No. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Because judging other people doesn't do me any good at all. And in fact, frequently it hurts. Because it doesn't feel good. So, I try and give people a pass. Now, when people are behaving in ways that are not indicative of their status of a child of God, basically when they don't know who they are, I'm not going to put myself in the place in the place to be affected by them. So it's like, no, you are a child of God, but I'm going to go stay over here, okay? So when you know who you are, then we can talk, but I'm not here to fix you. You're not here to fix me. I'm not going to judge you for not acting like the child of God that I know you are. But I'm going to know you for the child of God. But in many cases, I'm going to do it from a safe space. All right? So, God indwells me today as mind and love. All right. I really honestly think I'm going to use that second to the last line as our mission today. So our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to be untouched by human opinions and to offer none. Ernest and Raymond are asking us not to judge and not to be judged, not to be felt to judge. Human opinions don't mean anything. The only opinion that matters is God, and God loves you. Straight up, Spirit loves you. You are created of Spirit. You are created by Spirit of Spirit to be a vehicle for Spirit. God loves you. Spirit loves you. No human opinion matters. All right? No human opinion matters. So be who you are. And know that Spirit loves you for who you are. And know that we love you for who you are, which is a beloved child of God, in whom God is well pleased. And as soon as more of us recognize ourselves as children of God, the world, it's good. It's good. Because you know when you meet a child of God that's acting as a child of God, you know how that feels. So, when you meet people who are acting out, don't try and fix them. Don't judge them. Just know them as the child of God that they are. And hold the space for them to recognize that they are a child of God. And remember that the source that you are working from starts here. You go within, you fill up with that love and peace and guidance, and it will guide you anywhere in the material world that you need. It's the way it works. All right. So, as I always do, I'm going to encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Whatever that looks like. Whatever it looks like today. And that in the near future may include, for me, biking instead of running. Just because it's hot. It also includes drinking lots of water. Lots of water. All right. So, there was a little bit of sun this morning, so I hope you get some sun first thing in the morning. It really does help to reset your hormones and can make for a good day. So do something to engage your mind and your body today, whatever it looks like. Get some fresh air, get a new perspective, go look at something different for a little bit, whatever it looks like. All right? And in the process of doing what it is that you need to do to take care of yourself today, please open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you do live in heaven now. It's all around you. It just requires that conscious recognition. It requires the conscious recognition of the spiritual authority in your life, which is you. All right, beloveds. I'm going to move into the process of my day. It is Tuesday. I know I have Heartfelt Living class tonight. I don't know what else is going on, but email info@creativelife.org, get on that mailing list, and then you'll get an email that'll tell you what's going on each night, or each day, or, because there's almost always something going on. It's like most days. So, do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And know that the mind of God is the same mind that you use. So, when it's all going chaotic and hectic around out here, go here. And allow this to inform this for the guidance out here. And then, no matter what's happening around you, you'll be able to handle it. All right, beloveds. I do know Reverend David will be on Facebook Live around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. And do remember that these talks are archived on the Running Rev Ryan YouTube channel. There's more than a year's worth of material up there. Feel free to go check it out. All right. Have a wonderful day, beloveds, and know that you're loved.